Hello everybody, my name's Paul Tace. In this video we're going to look at why I personally am not getting the new DJI FPV drone. So let's get started. Okay guys, now before we get started I want to say I don't think this is a bad drone, I just think it's not the best drone for me. I personally would actually love to fly FPV, so when I saw that this was coming out I did get a little bit excited. But there are three huge things about this drone which have put me off. So I'll explain these now. So the first thing is that we can't fly this near people. Now there may be ways around this, using, for example, having an A2CFC or exercising an Article 16, which will let you fly closer to people. But this is an 800-gram drone that can go in excess of 140 kilometers per hour. So this is something that I think is going to be really dangerous to be flying close to people. So for that reason, if I personally wanted to fly this drone, I'm going to have to go out a long drive to find somewhere where there's nobody else around. Now, the next thing that puts me off about this is the law in the UK says you're going to need somebody with you, a spotter, who's going to go with you to make sure you're not hitting anything or there's no aircraft in the sky whilst you're flying around. So with that in mind, I've now got a long car journey with somebody coming with me who might not actually be that interested in the drone. I don't have a lot of friends. So again, that's not going to be that easy to find someone that wants to go for a long drive to watch me fly a drone. And that brings me on to the very last point, and that is if we are putting this drone into sports mode, we're going to get about 8 minutes of battery life. Now on the website it says you get up to 20 minutes, but when I've looked in different reviews, people are saying they're getting about 8 minutes fly time if they're flying this in sports mode. Which for me is the only reason I'd really want to be flying this drone. If I wanted to fly it in normal mode, I'd be using my Mavic Mini or my Mavic Air 2. This is purely going to be flying for fun. So with all that taken into account, if you buy the Fly More combo with 3 batteries, you're going to get about 21 minutes worth of fly time out there. And I'd have to drive a long way with somebody watching me to fly for 21 minutes. So and then we come and look at the price. When I added this up, the absolute minimum, I'm going to want a Fly More combo. I'm going to want the Care Refresh because, again, if we're flying this freestyle FPV, we're going to have crashes and I'm going to want insurance for that. And also they've got a little cool remote, and if I'm spending £1,700, I might as well just spend £1,800 and get the remote. So when I put this all in the basket and had a look in the checkout, I was looking at over £1,800 to fly this drone. So and that's what's put me off of it. I've already spent £2,500 on drones this year. I can't justify spending another £1,700 on a drone that I'd find difficult to fly and have to make a lot of effort to fly as well. For me personally, I'm going to put this on hold. Another thing to look at is actually when I asked everybody else who watched this channel if they were interested in this drone, the vast majority of people weren't that interested. So in terms of reviews, I don't even feel it's worth me reviewing. So just in case you were wondering, that is why I won't have any videos out on the new DJI FPV drone. Having said that, I do think it looks like a great drone. I do feel it looks really fun and I would love to review it. So if anybody out there wants to collaborate with me, anybody has one, wants to get together and let me fly their drone, I'll be more than up for that. But unless that happens, that'll be all I'm going to say about this drone. I feel it's important to put a few good points in there as well. You are shooting at 60 frames a second at 4K. It's going to give you high maneuverability and it looks extremely fun. And another thing to think about is actually you get some £500 goggles with them as well. So they're actually really good goggles, and obviously they're going to link up to the camera. It uses digital rather than analog, which is going to give you a much clearer, crisp picture through the VR goggles, and it will give you a much better experience. So that's some of the upsides of using the DJI one. You've got the clear digital transmission and it's very crisp. The other thing to bear in mind with this though is that if you want more flight time and you want to buy more batteries, you're looking at £139 per battery, and for another 8 minutes, that's just not something I'm willing to invest in. Now another thing I've noticed is that when you're flying in sports mode, you often see the propellers in there a lot. If you're going at full speed, the drone will actually tilt forward so you can't see the propellers, but unless you're doing that, you will see the propellers. And again, if I want to be shooting footage with propellers in, I don't want to be spending £1,800 on that drone. Okay guys, so I hope that wasn't too ranty. I just wanted to express my own opinion on this drone and explain why I wouldn't personally be flying it. If you found this useful, if you have your own views on this, if there's anything I've missed, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And that's it for this video. If you found it useful, hitting that like button is a huge help to me as a creator, and I hope to see you in the next one.